My name is Elias Thorne, and I've been asked to confess. Not that I mind. The shrinks say it's good for the soul, but I don't believe in souls anymore. Not after what I've done. They caught me 2 weeks ago in that dingy motel off Route 47 with my collection spread out like a twisted jewelry box. Wedding rings? That's what I kept. Simple bands of gold, silver, platinum, each one a promise broken, a life snuffed out. They gleam under the light, don't they? Like little halos for the damned. I'll tell you about the first one and the last. The bookends of my career, if you will. Sit back. This might take a while. I want you to feel it the way I did. It started in the summer of '98. I was 28, working as a mechanic in a small town in Ohio. Boring place, full of boring people with their picket fences and minivans. I fixed their cars, smiled at their small talk, but inside I was rotting. Always had been. My father used to beat me with a belt buckle until I bled, saying it would make me a man. My mother just watched, twisting her wedding ring like it was a noose around her finger. Marriage, you see, that's where the poison is. Vows that chain you, promises that lie. I saw it everywhere. Husbands cheating, wives simmering with hate. It ate at me until one night I decided to do something about it. Her name was Sarah Wilkins. I remember because it was etched on the inside of her ring. To Sarah forever, Mark. Pathetic. She brought her sedan in for an oil change. Mid-30s, pretty in that tired way, with laugh lines that weren't from laughing anymore. She flirted a bit, nothing serious, just the way lonely wives do when their husbands are off golfing or screwing the secretary. I fixed her car, but I followed her home that evening, parked a block away, watched through the windows. She argued with him, Mark, over dinner. Something about bills, or maybe the kids. They had two, I think. Didn't matter. I waited until midnight. The house was dark, crickets chirping like they were mocking the silence. I slipped in through the back door, unlocked. Can you believe it? Small towns breed trust, and trust is a weakness. I found her in the bedroom, alone. Mark was on the couch downstairs, passed out from beer. She woke up when I clamped my hand over her mouth. Her eyes, oh, those eyes, wide with terror, like a deer in headlights. She thrashed, but I was stronger. I whispered to her, "Your vows are broken. It's time to set you free." I used a knife from their kitchen, sharp, efficient, one slice across the throat, deep enough to end it quick. Blood soaked the sheets, warm and sticky, like spilled wine at a wedding toast gone wrong. She gurgled, reached for me, but it was over in seconds. Peaceful, almost. I sat there for a minute, watching the light fade from her eyes. It was intoxicating, like finally scratching an itch that had been driving me mad for years. Then I saw the ring, glinting on her finger, still warm from her skin. I slid it off, felt the weight of it in my palm. It was mine now, a trophy, proof that I'd severed the chain. I left Mark alive, let him wake up to the horror. The papers called it a burglary gone wrong, but I knew better. I drove home that night with the ring in my pocket, twisting it between my fingers. It felt right, like I'd found my purpose. After that, it became a ritual. I moved around, Ohio to Indiana, then Michigan. Always mechanics' jobs, always blending in. I'd spot them, married women with that hollow look, the ones whose rings seemed to weigh them down. I'd follow, learn their routines, coffee shops, grocery stores, parks. I'd strike when they were alone, at night mostly. Always the throat, quick, intimate. And always the ring. By 2005, I had 7, each one a story. There was Emily's, engraved with hearts. She begged me not to hurt her, said she loved her husband despite the bruises he left. Liar. I took it anyway. Then Lisa's, a diamond band that sparkled like false hope. She fought hard, scratched my face. I liked that one. Kept the scar as a reminder. I never got sloppy. No DNA left behind, no patterns the cops could trace. I buried the bodies in shallow graves off back roads, places where nature would claim them. Wildflowers grew over some, I imagine. Poetic, isn't it? But the rings, I kept them in a velvet pouch hidden in my toolbox. I'd take them out at night, line them up on the motel table, remember each face, each final breath. It wasn't about sex or money. It was about liberation. From the lie of, till death do us part, death came on my terms. Years blurred. 10 rings, 15. I lost count after 20. Moved west, Colorado, Utah. The mountains were good for hiding, but the thrill faded a bit. The first kill was pure adrenaline, electric. Later ones were routine. Still satisfying, like a good meal after a long day, but I started taking more risks, lingering longer at the scenes, whispering confessions to them as they died. Your marriage was a cage. I'm the key. Some cried, some prayed. One even thanked me, I swear. Her husband had been abusive for decades. That ring was plain gold, worn thin from years of twisting it in anxiety. Now, the last one. That was just last month, September 2025. I'd settled in a suburb outside Seattle, raining all the time, perfect cover. Her name was Rebecca Hayes. 42, real estate agent, always on her phone arguing with her spouse about listings or affairs. I overheard enough at the cafe where she got her lattes. Her ring was flashy, rose gold with tiny diamonds inscribed, Eternal Love, David. I followed her for weeks. She lived in a McMansion, gated community, but gates mean nothing to a man like me. I chose a foggy night, slipped over the wall into the backyard. She was in the kitchen, pouring wine, alone again. David was out, probably with his mistress. I watched her through the glass door, the way she stared at her reflection, twisting that ring like my mother used to. It stirred something in me, nostalgia maybe. I jimmied the lock, stepped inside. She turned, glass shattering on the tile. "Who are you?" she whispered, backing away. I smiled. "The end of your vows." She ran, but the house was big, echoing. I caught her in the upstairs hallway, pinned her against the wall. She screamed once, but I covered her mouth. The knife, always the knife, pressed against her throat. "Shh," I said. "It's over now." No more pretending. She fought, nails digging into my arms, but it was futile. One deep cut, and the blood came hot and fast, soaking her blouse, pooling on the carpet. Her eyes locked on mine, pleading, then glazing over. I held her as she slumped, felt her pulse fade under my fingers. It was slower this time, more deliberate. I wanted to savor it, knowing somehow this might be the end. The ring came off easily, still slick with blood. I pocketed it, added it to the collection. 28 now, 30, doesn't matter. I left the house, drove to the motel, but something felt off. A car followed me, or maybe it was paranoia. I spread the rings out that night, admiring them under the lamp, each one a ghost, whispering back. Sarah's plain band, Rebecca's ornate one. Bookends, like I said. The cops came at dawn, banged on the door, guns drawn. Turns out Rebecca had a security camera I missed, hidden in the doorbell. Amateur mistake after all these years. They found the pouch in my bag. lined them up, matched some to cold cases across states. The media's calling me the Ring Reaper. Cute. Do I regret it? Number, not a bit. Those women were trapped and I freed them. The rings are proof. Eternal love, ha. Love dies, but death is forever. If I get the chair or the needle, I'll go smiling, twisting an imaginary ring on my finger. Maybe I'll see them all again, in whatever hell awaits. But for now, this confession is my last trophy, yours to keep